Well, hello internets, here we are. We have ourselves a little bit of a vlog on something I'd like to share. It may not be really big news to most people, but for me it was kind of a big thing. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, with things going on and things the way they are, the way they've been the last 6 months or so, I was finally able to actually get down to the grocery store to do what I would call a massive buy of groceries. No, I didn't buy out the store by far, and really a massive buy of groceries is probably only like, $200-300 at the most by far, because, well, who can afford to buy much more with everything the way they are? For the first time in months, I actually got myself a nice piece of red meat. For the first time in a long time, I've got myself some chicken. Both chicken, thighs, I believe they are. I was gonna get chicken wings, but really the wings are so expensive, and really you don't get much for meat on the bones. So I just got a couple of bulk packages of thighs and a pack of freezer bags, and separate all that out like I always did, and put those away for later dates. If things go okay and everything stays the way it's going, those chicken thighs that I bought will last probably well into the spring to early summer, especially keeping them frozen, right? As for the massive buy on other stuff, well, I stocked up on a couple flats of soup, a couple cans of other stuff, and it is sure nice to have the cupboards back to being not full, but got stuff in them. There was a while there where the cupboards were empty, and I was kind of wondering where things were going to come from. And sometimes you have to change things in order to get what you want done. Sometimes you have to cut not paying the phone bill a month to get what you want done, or even the phone and the internet bill. Then that way you have enough money to buy groceries. Sometimes you have to cut back on the groceries and the phone and the internet bill if you want to go on a road trip, things like that. And then scramble for the next 4 months to repay all that, because not only do you owe for the month before, you owe for the current month, and then the following 1 or 2 months that you're actually behind. So it's kind of one of those things that, you may be able to bulk buy groceries. You might actually have coffee in the house for a change, but at the same time, at what cost, right? I would like to be able to, keep everything good, keep everything calm, keep my life stress-free. However, not having things in the cupboard to eat sort of brings back some of my childhood trauma that I experienced when I was younger. Being homeless, living in our vehicle, we did not have food. Not at the ready like this, If we were hungry, we'd have to go out and check payphones for quarters, check shopping carts for quarters. If we were lucky, we could buy a small cheeseburger off of the dollar menu. back in the day they used to have the crackers out in the open and the packets of ketchup and, you know, mustard relish, things like that. And if you hit the right restaurant or fast food location, they sometimes had like an all-dress bar for like dressing up cheeseburgers, so you could get some of those condiments and put them in a tiny little container and then bring them back to your vehicle to eat, back to home, you know, back to the car to eat. You know, having that experience was quite the thing to deal with. And then a few years, and then getting back on our feet, and then having a roommate that decided to raid our food storage and take all of our food when we were just starting to get back on our feet. And that was quite the event to experience as well, not having anything for again. And through those dark years, whatever it would have been 5-6 years ago there, I went through a lot of things, and I binge ate what was in the cupboards. And I figured in my flawed mindset that if I could eat it, and eat it as quick as it would come in the house, then nobody could take it. Nobody could take it away from me again, because it wasn't there to be took away. However, that's not good, because obviously if you eat too much, then you end up with trouble, you know. But at the same time, if you don't eat it, then you end up with trouble too. So I had to work through some of that, a lot of that, and realize that, well, it's been years since those kind of things has happened. Those kind of people are no longer in my life. My life is not as chaotic as it once was, and looking back, you understand why. You look at back, you understand the triggers, and you can recognize those triggers and work towards getting things better. Realize that you can buy a flat of soup and have one can out of the flat of soup, and come back 2 weeks later and there's still only one can out of the flat of soup. No one's gone in it and took it. No one's took 6 cans, or no one's took the whole flat, or no one's throw away your canned food, because to them it's just dog food, as they call it. To them, anything in a can is not fit for human to eat, which okay, fine, you can kind of see it from their healthy point of view, but at the same time, they're the ones that were going through fast food every day, binge eating, but then coming home and purging it out, and then doing their health shake eating thing. That's the biggest thing about some of those people, is they hide behind fakeness, and when it comes to reality, they have no idea how to handle it. It was and has been quite the experience, quite the learning experience. It was sure nice to be able to go out and buy groceries. Sure nice to be able to go out and put some food in the cupboard. Be able to have some pizzas or some chicken wings or a couple of nice pieces of red meat, which I don't know if it's just me or if it's all the nonsense that's been going on in the last year and a half, but even the cheap cuts of red meat has skyrocketed in price. I remember being able to buy a nice cut of red meat for cheaper than you could go out and buy food in fast food for. And now it's actually cheaper to buy fast food than it is to buy a nice piece of red meat to barbecue. I understand where people are coming from when they start to run out of the store with a cart full of food, because how do you balance paying your bills, paying your mortgage, feeding your family, and still have money left over for other things like car payment or things your kids need and all that, right? The something has to give somewhere. But pretty much, guys, thought I would share this with you. Just a little bit of thought that was rattling around in my brain. It is what it is, and around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.